Sunny spells and scattered showers, but a brighter day ahead for many of us, but the outlook turns colder. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
What sort of impact are we about to see?
Genuinely, it is unimaginable. And yes, there's life-threatening, but the terms that forecasters are using in their forecasts, like life-threatening, catastrophic, inundation, this has seen a storm this powerful. That is the scale that we are looking at. And it's the fifth lowest pressure of any hurricane that has ever been recorded in the Atlantic basin. So this will become historic. So let me talk you through what is happening and why. The large problem is that it's been tracking its way, the hurricane, right across the Caribbean. And that means it's now a powerful Category 5 hurricane. It was briefly downgraded to a 4. It's now come back up to the 5. That's only happened a few times in the history. And we are looking at winds of 160 miles an hour, sustained. 200-mile-an-hour gusts. We're looking at rainfall of up to a foot and up to a 15-foot storm surge. It's 245 miles to the southwest at the moment, heading its way to this Tampa Bay area. It's set to push this wall of water here. 3 to 8 foot is our storm surge, right the way from the north of Florida all the way to the south. That is over people's heads. We have 10 to 15 feet within this area, and it will make landfall somewhere between Tampa Bay and Fort Myers by this time tomorrow morning. So you have this wall of water. Let me show you what that's going to do. The wall of water is the most troubling thing. But as we said, you have a foot's worth of rainfall and you have 200-mile-an-hour gusts of wind. But it's this wall of water that is set to pile in into the coastline. So let's look at what 3 foot of water looks like. 3 foot of water is enough to flood the basement of a house, start to move into the lower ground floor, start to move a car. It would make it very difficult for you to walk through. Picking up potholes, you could fall into those. But 5 to 6 feet is going to affect millions of people right down that western coast of Florida. That will move cars. You will start to see that debris flying that we saw that's been piling up on the roadside from the previous hurricane that hit just last week. You'll have gas spills, potentially chemicals within there. But that is just best case scenario. We're looking at 10, if not 15 feet storm surge, a huge wall of water. And this isn't going to be calm water. This will be ferocious water with white caps, with all of these floating cars. All of everybody's ground floors will be completely flooded. People trying to find their way to higher ground, maybe the tops of their building. And if they do so, they'll then be meeting those 200 gust mile-an-hour winds. And that is why they've put these magnific.
I was just looking at the map of Florida behind you. 170,000 square kilometres. England is 160,000 square kilometres. So that bit of the map.
And there's only a few areas, particularly in this Tampa Bay area where they've been asked to leave. There's only a few ways that they can actually get out, and that is the problem. Some people have asked why both freeways haven't been open for people to leave the whole way. They will do that later on, but for the time being, we still need people to come in to help with the rescue efforts afterwards. And often they say in a hurricane, after it's passed, that's when the community comes together. Well, actually, the community needs to come together now to help people who can't leave their homes, who are not mobile, who don't have vehicles or transport, to get them out now.
Laura, thanks very much indeed. That's on of the path of Hurricane Milton here in the UK. And people will be asked.
So there's one close by that's moving into the near continent. I'll show you that in a second. But Milton, the other side of the Atlantic, it is ferocious, it is powerful, it's moving pretty slowly. So we're looking at the middle of next week, it being in the middle of the Atlantic, and then it could get swept up by the jet stream and head towards our shores. But for the time being, it's going to stay far away.
And what is the weather for?
It will definitely feel much more autumnal as we head through the next few days because we have a change in wind direction thanks to an ex-hurricane. Ex-hurricane Kirk is set to move its way into France in the next 12 hours. They have red warnings in force here, 200 millimetres of rainfall, wind gusts of up to 80, maybe 90 miles an hour, thankfully staying south of us. But the impact it has is to make our winds turn to the north, coming from the Arctic. So temperatures today in the south sitting around about average, turning cooler across the north of Scotland, but a big drop in temperature from tomorrow. And then that continues for the rest of the week. So we will notice that distinct chill. Today, sunshine and showers, much like yesterday, heaviest in the east. So the radar shows we have our heaviest rain at the moment through northern areas of England. We can start to see that rain making its way across France. That's the ex-hurricane Milton with all these tropical characteristics, bringing so much rainfall here. But heavy showers right down the east coast, strong winds as well, making it feel chilly. Overnight tonight, we see a frost returning and colder for all of us tomorrow. Good morning to you. You will notice a real chill in the air as we go through the next few days as our wind direction changes down to the rim of a hurricane. not Milton over the other side of the Atlantic, but Kirk. This one is making its way right across France. Here they have red warnings in force for torrential rain and strong winds. And as that clears to the south of the UK, not bringing us any wet weather, but it means our wind direction changes to a northerly. And air coming from the Arctic, a drop in temperature. So this is how we're looking today. 10 to 18 degrees, so average in the south, cool in the north, and then all of us are dropping temperatures by tomorrow, and that theme continues as we head through the rest of the week. Today, much like yesterday and the last few, sunny spells and scattered showers, and as the showers come through, some gusty winds. The latest radar shows how it looks at the moment. A band of rain through northern areas of England, a peppering of showers elsewhere, but the showers focus today through eastern areas. So they feed in through eastern Scotland, down this east coast of England, all the way down towards Kent. Outbreaks of rain and some showers through central southern England as well. In between in the sunshine, like we've seen for the last few days, 18 degrees feels very nice. But already the change to the colder air in the north, 8 or 9. We struggle to reach our double digits there. This evening and overnight tonight, the showers continue to ease, slipping their way southwards, and with clearer skies and light winds, those temperatures will tumble. So by tomorrow morning, we're looking at a frost pretty much Midlands northwards, but at least we're greeted by sunshine. So a chill is how things look as we head through the next 7 days. A big tumble in our temperatures, but a change in weather type as well. So let's look at our country across the UK. We split it in half. So we look at Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern areas of England. White line here is where our temperatures should be. That's average. And it's cool. That's what you'll notice for the rest of the week, but milder into next week. Percentage chance of rainfall across the north of the UK. Well, we have the showers around today. Tomorrow looks drier with that colder weather around. And then the outlook is pretty much sunshine and showers as we head through the rest of the week into next week. Fortunes further south of England and Wales for the next 7 days. Again, today, temperatures sitting around average, but a noticeable drop and feeling cool for the rest of the week at the weekend, but milder by next week. But in the south, we have a bit of a transition. Yes, there's heavy showers around today, but the outlook from tomorrow onwards with the colder weather, it also turns drier.